This song is addressed to my sisters. Any man who is present may listen. Any priest, any public official, any physician. But it gives him no license to touch us. We make the decision.
Florida now has its own fetal heartbeat bill to consider.
Effectively bans abortions after about 6 weeks, sooner than many women even know they're pregnant.
So the South Carolina Senate passed a bill that would ban almost all abortions, as I mentioned, in the state.
The Ohio governor signing today what critics condemn as the most restrictive abortion law in the country.
If there's one issue that remains prevalent and divided throughout gender history, it is abortion. While one side prioritizes the right to control their own bodies, the others seek to provide voices to those who, quote, cannot speak for themselves, unquote. The latter is referring to the unborn. In the debate on abortion policies between Congressman John Joyce of Pennsylvania and Congresswoman Sylvia Grace of Texas, they represent both sides of the spectrum. Here's John Joyce's take.
Madam Speaker, as a physician, I took the Hippocratic Oath to first do no harm. That means caring for the sick and protecting those who cannot protect themselves. That means fighting to protect the unborn.
And here's Sylvia Garcia's.
A woman's freedom to make a decision on this very private, personal matter should be respected and should be left to her alone, together with her family, her doctor, and guided by her faith. Politicians and government should have no control.
So, we see the distinct difference between both ideologies. While Joyce uses his Hippocratic Oath to justify his point of view, Garcia brings up this point of how the government shouldn't interfere with the situation, as it is something that is protected by the Fourth Amendment and settled on the Roe v. Wade case of 1973. How exactly is this case being threatened now? In the fight to represent the unborn comes the heartbeat bill, a set of abortion laws that restrict the ability to get an abortion based on the fetal heartbeat, normally heard around 6 weeks. A stark contrast to Roe v. Wade's viability of 24 weeks. This proposes a problem. Most women aren't aware of the possibility of a pregnancy at 6 weeks. The sharp decline in weeks for viability is due to the argument that life starts at the first sign of a heartbeat. And while the sentiment is there, according to science, the heartbeat isn't exactly what we think it is. According to Dr. Nisha Verma of American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, the heartbeat they detect in the incredibly early stages of pregnancy are merely electric activity with sounds that the ultrasound machine manufactures. It is not a byproduct of cardiac valves opening and closing, which is what a heartbeat is. This is only one of the many attempts pro-lifers have used in order to humanize fetuses. Inspired by the success of civil rights activists, they attempt to give fetuses, or what they like to call the unborn, rights and have it be recognized as a class of people. In the words of John Cohane, a law professor at Widener University, quote, the heartbeat, it literally tugs at the heartstrings. It makes you feel like, why would you do this? Never mind that there's not a heart, unquote.